The Swiss National Bank is the central bank of Switzerland, and so is therefore responsible for the monetary policy of the nation of Switzerland and also for the issuing of Swiss franc banknotes. The bank is otherwise known as German Schweizerische Nationalbank, French, Banque Nationale Suisse, Italian, Banca Nazionale Svizzera, Romansh, Banca Nazionale Svizzera, which are the four official languages of the country. The SNB is an Aktiengesellschaft under special regulations, and has two head offices, one is in Bern and the other one in Zurich. History: the bank formed as a result of the need for a reduction in the number of banks of issue, which numbered 53 sometime after 1826. In the 1874 revision of the Federal Constitution it was given the task to oversee laws concerning the issuing of banknotes. Then in 1891 the Federal Constitution was re-revised again to entrust the Confederation with sole rights to issue banknotes. The National Bank law was enforced during January 16, 1906, and the National Bank began business activities during June 20, 1907, and is thought then founded sometime during either 1906 or 1907. SNB itself states founding was during 1907. Sometime during World War I, the bank was instructed to release notes of a small denomination, for the first time, by the Federal Council of Switzerland. The Bundesrat devalued the Swiss franc during 1936, and as a result, there was made available to the National Bank an amount of monies, which the bank subsequently stored in a currency Heransorgsfonds reserve for the future, for usage in situations of emergency. During 1981 the bank was participating in research involving aerial far one-quarter SSLI and an optical research group named Landesbank, of matters of banknote design. During 1994 the bank was described as a joint stock company acting under the administration and supervision of the Confederation, had 8 branches and 20 sub-branches within cantons. The governing board had overall executive management of the National Bank, with supervision entrusted to its shareholders, the bank's council, the bank's committee, its local committees and auditing committee. There were 3 members of the governing board, who together decided the monetary policy of the National Bank. Towards the last months of 1993, the number of employees numbered 566. With the inception of Article 99 of the Federal Constitution, during May 2004, the National Bank achieved formal independence. As of 2015 the National Bank was privately owned, with the majority of shares belonging to cantons and banks of cantons, and the smaller remainder in the possession of private individuals. Shares of the SNB existed within 6 Swiss exchange from 1907 onward. Exchange rates equals. The National Bank made an announcement on September 6, 2011, of its intention to address changes in the value of the Swiss franc to the euro, specifically, of the value of the franc falling below 1.2 to the euro. A cap was placed on exchange rates in order to take measures to stem the development of a possible recession. The bank stated the 1.2 exchange value was defendable as the bank could potentially proceed to mint enough banknotes to control the rate sufficiently. Responsibilities. The basic governing principles of the National Bank are contained within Article 99 of the Federal Constitution, which deals with matters of monetary policy. There are 3 numbered factors concerning principles explicitly mentioning the National Bank, of 4 altogether shown within the article. The SNB is therefore obliged by constitutional statute law to act in accordance with the economic interests of Switzerland. Accordingly, the prime function of the National Bank is to pursue a reliable monetary policy for the benefit of the Swiss economy and the Swiss people. The National Bank publishes within its own site a list of research done as work in progress by staff members, which begin at 2004, to 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, and to August 1, 2015 there is shown 9 papers, a list of 8 economic studies which relate to the tasks of the bank, listed from 2005, in addition to a biannually published update of research, listed from 2012 to the present. Cash supply and distribution equals, the National Bank is entrusted with the note issuing privilege. It supplies the economy with banknotes that meet high standards with respect to quality and security. It is also charged by the Confederation with the task of coin distribution. Cashless payment transactions in the field of cashless payment transactions, the National Bank provides services for payments between banks. These are settled in the Swiss interbank clearing system via sight deposit accounts held with the National Bank. Investment of currency reserves the National Bank manages currency reserves. These engender confidence in the Swiss franc, help to prevent and overcome crises and may be utilized for interventions in the foreign exchange market. Financial system stability the National Bank contributes to the stability of the financial system by acting as an arbiter over monetary policy. Within the context of this task, it analyzes sources of risk to the financial system, oversees systemically important payment and securities settlement systems and helps to promote an operational environment for the financial sector. International monetary cooperation together with the federal authorities, the National Bank participates in international monetary cooperation and provides technical assistance. Banker to the Confederation the National Bank acts as banker to the Swiss Confederation. It processes payments on behalf of the Confederation, issues money market debt register claims and bonds, handles the safekeeping of securities and carries out money market and foreign exchange transactions. Statistics the National Bank compiles statistical data on banks and financial markets, the balance of payments, the international investment position and the Swiss financial accounts. Monetary policy the SNB pursues a monetary policy serving the interests of the country as a whole. It must ensure price stability, while taking due account of economic developments. Monetary policy affects production and prices with a considerable time lag. Consequently, it is based on inflation forecasts rather than current inflation. The SNBA Euro unregistered trademark S monetary policy strategy consists of three elements: a definition of price stability, a medium-term conditional inflation forecast, and, at operational level, a target range for a reference interest rate, which is the LIBOR for 3-month investments in Swiss francs. General Meeting of Shareholders the General Meeting of Shareholders is held once a year, as a rule in April. Owing to the SNBA Euro unregistered trademark S public mandate, the powers of the shareholders a Euro unregistered trademark meeting are not as extensive as in joint stock companies under private law. Bank Council the Bank Council oversees and controls the conduct of business by the Swiss National Bank and consists of 11 members. 6 members, including the President and Vice President, are appointed by the Federal Council, and 5 by the shareholders a Euro unregistered trademark meeting. The Bank Council sets up 4 committees from its own ranks, an audit committee, a risk committee, a remuneration committee and an appointment committee. A list of the Bank Council members is published on the SNB website. Governing Board the Swiss National Bank a Euro unregistered trademark S management and executive body is the Governing Board. The Governing Board is responsible in particular for monetary policy, asset management strategy, contributing to the stability of the financial system and international monetary cooperation. The Governing Board consists of 3 members, Chairman Thomas Jordan, Vice Chairman, Fritz Abra 1/4 GG, Member, Andra Copyright M. Merchler. Gold Reserves. The SNB manages the official gold reserves of Switzerland, which as of 2008 amount to 1145 tons and are valued at 30.5 billion Swiss francs. The gold is believed to be stored in huge vaults beneath the Federal Square to the north of the Federal Parliament building in Bern, but the SNB treats the location of the gold reserves as a secret. Independent confirmation of the gold's location was obtained by the Bernese newspaper Der Bund in 2008. It published a photograph of the bullion that a Keystone photographer was allowed to take at the SNB premises in Bern in 2001. Der Bund also quoted a retired official of the city's surveying office as saying that the gold vaults take up an area of roughly half the Federal Square and have a depth of dozens of meters, down to the level of the Our River. The SNB says that the gold reserves are stored in different safe places in Switzerland and abroad. From the latter years of the 1990s until sometime during 2005, the National Bank transferred from its possession an amount of gold deemed superfluous. World War II. The Swiss National Bank provided 1.2 billion Swiss francs to the Reichsbank. Of this, a value of approximately 780 million Swiss francs of the gold given to the National Bank was gold which had been looted by the forces of Germany. In addition, the National Bank also exchanged between €1.2 and €1.6 billion Swiss francs for gold from the Allied forces. During April 20, 1944, gold from the gold reserves of Italy arrived from Como at the railway station within Chiasso. There is controversy over the role of the Swiss National Bank in the transfer of Nazi gold during World War II. The SNB was the largest gold distribution center in continental Europe before the war. A study by the U.S. Department of State in 1997 notes that the bank must have known that some portion of the gold it was receiving from the Reichsbank was looted from occupied countries. This was confirmed by the Swiss Bergier Commission in 1998, which concluded that the SNB received $440 million in gold from Nazi sources, of which $316 million is estimated to have been looted. The gold from Nazi governorship sources was in the form of ingots containing gold looted from central banks of Europe and gold from Jewish persons executed within the concentration camps established by the machination of the Nazi regime, which the SNB took without knowing these facts at the time, nor inquiring to any great degree in the process of its transfer into the possession of the SNB, according to a former archivist of the SNB, Robert Vogler. Reports: the National Bank had profits of $39.3 billion at the close of 2014. The bank reported during July 31, 2015, a loss of £33 billion. See also, Banking in Switzerland, Economy of Switzerland, SARON, Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority, BIAB. Notes and references. External links, official website.